Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting. Welcome to another Patreon Appreciation Live show. And this is for last month's Patreon members, my October members. So thank you all who were Patreon members in October. Thank you all very much. Thank you also for all my current members in November. We will be doing the Patreon Gold Guessing Contest this Saturday. So that new contest will start this month's appreciation will start this month. But for last month today, we're going to be going through all of the gold guesses, see who won. We're going to be giving away some prizes. But before I do that, let me catch up with everyone in chat. Say hello to everyone. I see it's been kind of busy. Richard Dow, how are you doing? I don't think your guess was that bad. I will say, so let me just say I saw a lot of people talking about their guess. A lot of bad guesses this month. I don't think anyone really zoned in on this one. The vast majority of the guesses for this month were pretty far away. So it wasn't a lot. Usually they're pretty close with the guessing. This month was not. I think a lot of people underguessed. I will say that. A lot of people underguessed the weight on this nugget. So, but all right, let me catch up on chat. Richard Dow again. Hi. David Danduran. Riff Votris, how's it going? Yeah, you forgot. Those left behind. A3 Sky Warrior, how's it going, Rich? I've been seeing Brian lately. I haven't seen him. I know he hasn't been posting any videos or anything, but I haven't really seen too much about him. I haven't even seen him on Facebook much. HD, thank you for joining the show and about your guess. Justin, how's it going, Justin? Did they let you out? They let your internet free for a moment so you could join the show? I appreciate you, and I really do appreciate you, brother, and thank you for popping in. Scott Chavaria, I'm on the right page, as you are. Whiskey Lover, how's it going, David? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Stephen LeBlanc, how's it going? Steven Single-Handed Jewelry, how are you today? Yeah, I live like one time. I'm still catching up on chat. Mentally Corrupted, how's it going? Mike from the Gold Vlog, how are you? Thank you for joining the show. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Justin, you forgot to guess. There's a couple, and I apologize. Usually I'm pretty good at trying to do reminders, but I'll tell you all, I've been sick for the last week. I'm still sick. 2025 has not been kind to me. It's been very kind to my doctors and my dentists, and anyone who bills me is doing really well this year. And we're going to talk about that some more this month, but this week was just pretty brutal for me. So I didn't do a lot of my reminders like I should have. So I apologize for that. This month, I will make sure I do a lot more reminders. So I did notice that Patreon has started like a newsletter type thing. So I might start using that to send weekly reminders, I guess. I don't know. I have to see how it's going. Tomcat Josh, Shane Berthero, how's it going? John Gear, thank you for joining the show. Yeah, the Gold Vlog, that last video was some good stuff. Some really nice stuff you got sent there. I'm going to have to start sending you more packages. I'm going to have to start doing that. You know, like this one has to be in the freezer and this one has to be in the fridge. This one must be on a shelf in full daylight at all times. I'm going to start sending so many packages to Mike with special requests. Beerman's Gold Prospecting. How's it going, brother? Been a little bit since you've been on the live. Thank you for joining us as always. PA Patriot, how's it going? Zoltan, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Jason, how's it going? You don't ever want to forget your time card. That's not one thing you want to forget. Dina, how are you? Thank you for joining the show. All right, let me pop out chat so I can look at my ugly mug while I'm going through chat and stuff, and we're discussing the stuff. So there we go. So yeah, so no panning tonight. Tonight we're just going to be spinning some wheels and figuring out gold guesses and things like that. We're going to be doing the gold guess for this nugget right here. We'll see who guessed right and who didn't guess. And so many people were, I mean, I actually had some, I think the lowest guess for this nugget here was 0.37 or something like that. Like a really, really low guess. I will say most people guessed pretty bad. There were some that were close. But usually every month there's like a couple people that, every tier has a lot of people that are close. But this month, a lot of underguessing on this thing. So I'd be curious what Mike GNS thinks that ways. So who else popped in? S-Rip, how's it going? Fox Rider, how's it going? Music Man 69, how are you doing? Yeah, I did. I actually, I was trying to get a secret shopper this morning to order one of the rock Paydyrts, the hard rocks. If you're a Patreon member, once I order mine, I will be posting what the discount code is. You can get a discount code for the hard rock. If I remember, here, let me write a note. I have to write notes. When we post, I will post on Patreon the discount code. I don't know if he'll invalidate it because, he might be checking because you're supposed to be one of his members on his app, but I don't think he would know. What is it? Gold Bay. But I am curious to see, how it goes with that hard rock. I don't think I'll do a review on it just because it's so random with hard rock, but I might just do a video on it. So I might just buy it in my name and just, like I said, it's hard rock. You can't add extra rocks to it. So, write a note for that. So, but I did see it and it looks good. Mike, Dave tends to find good places to mine. So, Reg Lab, how's it going? Oh, that's awesome, Reg. That's really awesome. I know I need to start this year or next year. I need to start getting, I didn't guess, 7.2. Nobody is guessing close. That's all I'm going to say. Stephen Curry, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Crash, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. My guess was terrible. I totally forgot. Yeah, I saw your post last night and I was like, and I was going to extend it too. See, what happened is, so I will get into why I've been sick. So I didn't do last Saturday's video. I didn't come out. I have a bad tooth infection that is affecting all my teeth in my bottom half of my mouth. So it hurts to talk, which, I love to do. So that's not a good thing. Yeah, so I've had a tooth infection, so the whole side of my face was all swollen up for a couple days, so I couldn't shoot the video because I didn't want to even look uglier. I got an ugly mug anyway. I didn't want to make it even uglier. It's still healing. My dentist is about to, make a new payment on his brand new F-150 or something. He's about to start shopping for a new car. So, yeah, so unfortunately I have been down, so I was going to extend it because I didn't, but then I was sick and I was just in bed and, ice pack on my head like the old Little Rascals, just with the ice pack and the tape wrapped around my head to keep it in place. So I was not doing good with the jaw infection because it's a pretty big infection right there. So, I'm waiting for the dentist. They keep just saying, wait and see. And I know what they're doing. They're waiting and see how bad it can get. So how many teeth they have to do root canals on and crowns and all this other wonderful stuff that's going to, cost me a whole bunch of money. But so I was supposed to extend it, Jason. And I apologize. I was supposed to extend the guessing and I didn't. So I apologize. This month I will be much better because eventually something has to give with this thing. But Jason, Flower Gold Wizards, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. You're going the wrong direction. Mike. 11.3. Yeah, you really can't tell with that picture because it's kind of flat. And I didn't bring the nugget down here to show, but that was not good. But Flower Gold Wizards, how are you, my brother? How are you been doing? Midwest Gold Fever, how's it going? Gregory Littleton, thank you for joining the show. And anyone, if I miss you, thank you very much for joining the show. Cockatoo Birdman, Bill, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And no, you did not win anything yet, Jason. Not yet. We haven't gotten to the prizes yet. I think I didn't get your guess in. I think you were a little late. Or did you send it via secret messenger again? Yeah. But yeah, but this week I should have videos out. I have an edited video. I have a video that's shot and edited. I just haven't had a chance to post it. So I will have that video up. It's like 3 weeks late. I will have a new review video coming out this weekend. I will have the gold guessing video out this weekend. I will have a mail call coming out. Actually, I have 2 mail calls coming out this weekend, or one will be in the middle of next week. So I have a lot of videos coming out this month. I just need everyone to call my dentist and tell him to, stop picking out cars and fix my teeth. Stop letting more damage happen. I don't know. Maybe he keeps, maybe he just keeps finding, they keep adding options to his truck or something. So, he's like, oh, let me just, maybe I do want 4x4. Yeah, let that infection go a little bit longer. So, Jason, you way too kind, brother. Way too kind. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, brother. Always way too kind to me. So we have some videos coming out this month. Like I said, this month was a little late, but we're going to be doing the gold guessing. And this month's gold guessing will be a little bit different. I will tell you that, but because I can give you a little hint. This month's gold guessing contest will have gold and quartz. It is a very big quartz specimen with, I don't know, really big, it depends on, if you're Mike with a swimming pool versus gold versus me that has a very, very small dwindling gold collection. But a decently sized, it's a quartz nugget. It's mostly quartz. Let's just say that. I have a nugget that is mostly quartz and then gold on it. That will be for the gold guessing. But I have 2 smaller samplers from this same exact area that I will be showing you and weighing for you. And those will be 2 of the prizes for this month's gold guessing contest. So you'll be able to see, and if you see, okay, this is 1/3 of the size, and I tell you what the weight of it is, maybe your guess is 3 times. So maybe it'll help with the gold guessing this month. Maybe it'll just throw everyone off. Who knows? Brad Thompson, how's it going? Thank you for doing the show. No, that's what I was just saying. Yeah. And speaking of my very small, dwindling gold collection, I mean, it's almost gone. I parted with most of it last month. I will have a couple small pieces that I will be putting up for auction type sales on Patreon. Like I have Harvard mine, I have a Papua New Guinea nugget, Harvard mine, a couple. They're all pieces that I got from GNS, from Gold Nugget Sales, so they all have the certificate of authenticity. I have a Brazil mine, a gold nugget from Brazil, one from Ruby, Alaska, I think. So there's a couple really nice pieces. They're all specimen pieces that I'm going to unfortunately have to part with to make my gold collection even tinier. I can't even fill that little bitty tiny pool in the gold box video. So yeah, that's exactly what it's for. That's why I have this gold, is because, when I had a little extra money, I'd squirrel away a couple little nuggets in the tree. And, now my doctors are telling me that I got to pay these bills. That's what the gold's for. You got to take the good with the bad. At one point in my life, I had the largest Spider-Man comic book collection in the world, and it's gone now, but some other people are enjoying it. I had a very large NGC coin collection from American silver dollars, and that's no longer with me. It's just, you take the good, you take the bad. So, but yeah, so on Patreon this month, I will be listing those. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll put them on my website, people, but they will be more auction based, just because they're specimen gold and I don't want to really price them. Are we guessing? Oh, I'll answer that in a question. So, yeah, so I will be putting some nuggets up for sale on Patreon this month. Like I said, they're all going to be specimen. I will show all of them so you'll know which ones, and we'll do one at a time, one a day or one every 2 days or something like that. I don't know, just a couple more to sell to get, pay off my dentist. He's holding me hostage. Casey's ring. So you're going to be guessing on the total weight. Now, they're not huge. These aren't over 10 grams or over 20 grams or, they're not like the size of those little tiny Australian nuggets that Mike on the gold vlog was showing that he's going to sell to me for $1 a gram. Wasn't that it? Wasn't it $1 a gram for the Australian nuggets? So, but yeah, nothing that size. There'll be in the typical range of what we've been guessing for the last year. They're going to be somewhere in that size. There's just going to be 2 samples. Just because they're mostly quartz, I wanted to weigh up some samples for everyone for the gold guessing so you could kind of see how they go. Chasing Cheddar, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Dorothy, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Well, thank you. Thanks for listening, Josh, one of my mods, not here. And thank you for all my mods for being here. I really appreciate it. Mark, I will be talking to you. I will be sending you an email later tonight. It'll probably be really late tonight. I'm doing, as you can see, I'm doing a live show. So I haven't gotten to what I'm supposed to. I'm just doing, everything is way behind with me still. But Dorothy, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Who else popped in? I thought I saw someone else pop in. Maybe that was just me. Oh, Mega Dog, how's it going? Thank you for joining the pack show. Appreciate it. Don't say that to me. I'm gonna be mailing you a check tonight. Overnighting you a check. You might be sending a whole box to me tomorrow. So no, but those are some beautiful nuggets. No, I know I was watching, which reminded me, I don't watch very many gold shows or things like that, but I remember there was one show. I forget which show it was. I don't think it was Gold Rush or anything. But there was one of the ones that was in Australia. I think it was a BBC show, and it was in Australia, and they were showing them do that strip mining with the where they would just undo like a giant, like half, a long strip, a bulldozer strip, where they dig down 6 inches, go over the entire area, then go down 6 more inches. And I remember when you started talking about that, I was like, yeah, that would be nice. Especially in an open field, because then you can watch the snakes and stuff long before they get to you to try and kill you. You got time to run when you start seeing the kangaroos and stuff and everything coming to get you. Teo, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it, man. So I appreciate everyone that's here again, and I appreciate everyone who are Patreon members that continue to allow me to do reviews and Paydirt things, and anything from equipment reviews to Paydirt reviews. I really do appreciate it. I do have it is almost December, and if you all know what December means, I am doing some championship type. Now this year, I will say this year my championship is totally different than I've ever done it before. It is a closed championship. Let me just say that. I picked who I wanted in the championship, and we're just going to be battling them out. I'm doing a couple videos this month. There's only going to be one video on the championship. Last year and the previous years, they consumed the entire month for the championship. And unfortunately, they were very hard to shoot. They were hard to keep track of. It was hard to get Paydirt. And I couldn't do that this year, mostly because with gold spiking and dropping and going up, a lot of sellers are currently out of stock. I mean, half of my top 10 on my website, millerprospecting.com, are no longer in stock and haven't been in stock. Bear Prospecting, Culver Prospecting, Yukon Alley, Brad's Bucket has been out of stock a lot. Who else is on that list? Flash in the Pan, Paydirt has been out of stock a lot. Just almost everyone on my top 10, except for Vendetta Prospecting and Gold Nugget Sales. Almost everybody else. And the Gold Baron's been keeping up stock a lot. So Gold Baron's been in stock. But the vast majority of my top 10 have not been in stock. So doing a 18, 16, Paydirt seller battle is just not going to happen this year. So I decided to do something a little bit different with my Paydirt championship. But that will be next month. This month, I do have a couple good reviews. I have one review that I've been really, really wanting to get into. The seller might not like the review because I don't know if it's going to be a good review for him. But maybe I'll even do a review on that $50,000 bucket that, Clash put out. That then the next week he did what was it? So he put out the $50,000 bucket, and then a week later, his next video was him going on a cruise. It just tells you, I'm making way too much money selling Paydirt because here's a giant expensive bucket. I would need to fund another cruise. So I might be having a video about that, about the bucket. I haven't decided yet. I know some people just really hate that I keep trying to drag Clash, but, I am Zaxxon. How's it going? Asakura Mining. How's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And by the way, it has nothing to do with Clash. I have no personal issues with Clash. I just want to show everyone the good, the bad, and the ugly with Paydirt. And unfortunately, a $50,000 bucket is a very ugly deal. So I won't actually be buying a $50,000 bucket, though. But I might do the review. We'll see. But I do have some reviews planned. I have a lot of reviews planned for this month. I'm actually going to be doing a review with the Flower Gold Wizard Sluice again this month. I already have it all set up, have everything set up to do. Like I said, just waiting on the dentist to stop messing around with me. So, but Nightbot, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So yeah, so it shouldn't be too much today. We're going to go through, again, we're going to show you this here. We're going to go through all the gold guesses, but first let me go through all the prizes. Now this month, let me just mention, this month we have, the prizes were a little bit loaded more than previous months, just a little bit more gold in the Paydirt. And that's because my good buddy Clint Cole, I did the Australian Paydirts this last month or whatever it was in September. I guess I did the Australian in September for my birthday, and Clint Cole had bought me a couple of bags from Australia. He donated some money to me for my birthday, and I used that money to buy Australian Paydirt. So I had some extra gold from the Australian Paydirt. So these bags are a little bit more loaded. But we're going to go through the prizes. So if you are a $25 or $79 tier member, we have 3 prizes. So up for grabs, depending on how good you are at guessing gold. But first place for the $25, $79 tier. And these are much bigger bags. My usual Paydirts are 6 ounces. I think these are closer to 9 ounces this month just because I had some Australian Paydirt. 2 grams. First place is a 2-gram bag. Second place is a half-gram bag. And then third place, you're just getting an envelope. And this envelope has a 0.29 gram Aussie picker in it. So that's the prizes for the $25, $79 tier. It's going up with my chat. Doesn't want to refresh. For the $10 tier, I have 2 prizes. First place is a 1 gram Australian Paydirt, and this is all Australian gold. These are all Australian gold. And then second place, 0.25. So 2 bags for $10 tier. $5 tier, I only have 1 bag of Paydirt, but it's a half-gram Australian Paydirt. This is all Australian Paydirt, and it has all Australian gold in it. And then lastly, if you're in the free tier, you know, gold-plated dime. So whoever guesses the best is gold-plated dime. But then, even if you suck, even if you forgot to guess, it doesn't matter because I took your guess that you guessed in your mind, and you will be on a wheel. And this month, everyone in the wheel will get a chance at this Australian picker. It's in here. You can't see it, but it's a 0.49 gram picker. So everyone will be on that list, which I actually forgot to write that list. So I will have to be doing that list in the background today. While we talk, I might have to take a 5-minute break while you just stare at me while I do the list, because I totally forgot to do the list of everyone's name. I thought I had it for last month, but I couldn't find it and I totally forgot. But then also, if you're just here, I will post it and I will pin it. For the hidden link, make sure you post a guess. Let me pin this. So yeah, if you're just here, there you go. Go to the pinned message above and chat, and you can leave it, and we will be doing a wheel where you can win some prizes just by being here. And there's, you know, some prizes on there. You can win some silver and other things. I will probably do the wheel for everyone that's a Patreon member as well, so you can also win a bag of Paydirt. We're going to be spinning some wheels today. My only issue with Clash is he talks trash about every seller that sells less than 80% ROI. Then he talks up his Paydirt, which is 10 to 30. Actually, it's much worse than that. So with Clash, you can go back through Clash's history. He's never reviewed Vendetta Prospecting. He's never reviewed Gold Nugget Sales. I don't believe Gold Nugget Sales. He's never reviewed Gold Baron, Brad's Bucket. If you go to my top 10, Clash has never reviewed any of them. And there's a reason for that. So Clash only reviews sellers who have a below 50% ROI. And the reason for that, if you watch a lot of his videos, he doesn't say it as much anymore because he kind of has his buyers. But Clash over the long time, once he decided he was going to start selling Paydirt, what Clash did was he started at the end of every single video saying, you know, he'd do a trashy bag of Paydirt. He'd do one with a 10, 20% ROI. And at the end of every single video, he would say the exact same slogan. He would say, oh, if it doesn't have an over 50% ROI, I don't recommend it. And he'd say, make sure you always buy a Paydirt with an over 50% ROI. And he would enunciate the over 50% ROI. So he would only review Paydirts that were under 50% ROI, and then he released his own Paydirt that barely had an over 50% ROI. I think for like right now, his 1 gram bag of Paydirt has about a 75% ROI. You know, it's not horrible, but it's not good. But the majority of his Paydirts have just over a 50% ROI. So if you only say, hey, look, here's a Paydirt and it's only got a 49% ROI, but here's my Paydirt with a 51%, And then what he does is he doesn't show you that there's a lot of Paydirts that are over 75. Like, see, for me, my bare minimum, I don't put anybody on my daily ROI chart that doesn't have an 80% ROI for 1 gram bag of Paydirt. They won't make my top 10 if they don't have an over 80% ROI for their, and I have 10 sellers up there. I could put more. There are at least a dozen sellers where if you bought their 1 gram bag of Paydirt, you would get an over 80% ROI. Klesch wouldn't make that list. He hasn't made it once, even when gold fluctuates or anything else. So that's what's really bad about Klesch, is he's not telling people, hey, look, here's all these other Paydirts and some are better than mine, some are worse. He only does really, really bad Paydirts, so his looks better. And then he avoids all the really good sellers. And I guarantee you, because if you look, a lot of times when Klesch does reviews, he will tell you, he will say, hey, so-and-so sent me this bag of Paydirt to review. There's no chance that with somebody with like 500,000, however many subscribers he has, 250,000 subscribers, somebody hasn't mailed him a bag of Vendetta. Somebody hasn't mailed him a bag from Gold Nugget Sales. He gets those bags. He looks at the ROI and says, I'm not reviewing this because it's going to make my bag of Paydirt look like trash. So he doesn't purposely review those. So what he's doing, he's being very selective. I will review anybody. I will review bad sellers, good sellers. I will give good sellers bad reviews. I will give bad sellers good reviews. I don't care. I have no skin in the game. Klesch has skin in the game. Klesch is selling his own Paydirt, so he has to work around it. So, and he has to have a great list. It's over on millerprospecting.com. I think that'll pop it up, huh? So, but yeah, just go to millerprospecting.com. Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much, Nightbot. But I have my top 10 on there. It also has a list of sellers to avoid. It has a list of my last 100 reviews, so you can see which sellers I've gotten really good ROIs from in the last 100 reviews. So, yes. So, but that's the problem with Klesch. Rocky Mountain, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Charles King, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. He's a, Disc Golf, how's it going, by the way? Thank you very much for joining the show. So, yeah, Klesch is just a little bit, he's a little bit devious. He's not saying anything wrong, but he's just leaving out info. And to me, that's just as wrong. If you sit there and say, oh, yeah, always buy over 50%. No. I mean, for me, when I first started this channel, I believe I used to tell everyone never to buy anything under, I think it was 60%. And then sellers started getting good. And I said 70%. And now I will tell you, if you're spending $100+ on a 1 gram bag of Paydirt, you should never get anything less than an 80% ROI. There are way too many good sellers out there. Yeah, Midwest, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Mark Lee. So, there's a lot of sellers out there that you will get an over 80% ROI. Like my minimum so every month, if you're not a Patreon member, every single day, Monday through Friday, I do a daily ROI chart. I take the best sellers. I give you their 1/4 gram bags, 1/2 gram bags, 1 gram bags, 3 grams, 5 grams, and I tell you all their ROIs. So in any given day, Monday through Friday on Patreon, you can go and see a list where I list every single seller, and you could see this seller right today. For example, I think it was yesterday, Gold Fever Prospecting, or Flash in the Pan Paydirt. Flash in the Pan Paydirt, he had a 1 gram bag of Paydirt, is 1.33. But that bag of Paydirt had a 103% ROI. It was the best ROI you could get on that particular day. He sold out, and now today is somebody different. So if on my daily ROI chart, I show somebody every single day what the best ROIs you can get from a good seller. And one of my minimums for an over 1 gram bag. So like if you're spending on a 3 gram bag of Paydirt, 5 gram bag of Paydirt, I think the minimum ROI you should get is 90%. And I have a full list of sellers you will get an over 90% ROI from. And that just, to me, back to the Klesch thing, you could go and get, a 5 gram bag of Paydirt from Gold Nugget Sales with a 100% ROI. You can get a 99% ROI from Vendetta Prospecting for his 5 gram bag. Why spend $50,000 to get a 70% ROI? I think it's whatever it is, 76% ROI you would get. Why get that? You can just spend 50 grand on Vendetta and say, here, just send me a whole bunch of 5 gram bags. Just every day, send me a 5 gram bag. And you will get 99% of your money back. It's just, So, yeah, it's much worse than him just, promoting his own Paydirt. It's just, when you have skin in the game, you can't trust somebody. You just can't. You cannot trust somebody who's doing a review on a Paydirt when they have, a reason to give a fake review or not do a good review. So, but all right, we're going to start doing going through the names of everybody. But before I do that, I need to, I cannot believe I forgot everybody's name. Forgot to do everyone's name. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's see. So I might have everyone just talk and chat for a minute while I do everyone's name, because unfortunately there's no way, I don't think there's a way I can download everyone's name from Patreon. But let's see. And it's funny, I was at my computer earlier today doing the list for everyone, and then I totally got sidetracked, then decided, let me come down here and set up early. And I set up earlier and I was playing around, and now I am behind the 8-ball. So let's see. Audience. Is there a way I can download everyone's name? I've been using Patreon for 5 years now, and I don't even know if I can download members' names. No. No. All right. Yeah, so give me a second. Let's see. We're going to do this. Let me catch up on chat for a second and see. I tried to enter, but it's not working. What's not working, Fox Rider? Rebel Dog, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. What kind of ROI do you think you will get with a Hard Rock? So what was it? It was $73. So let me see. 126 times 1.25 equals divided by 73. So based on what he's adding, you're going to get a guaranteed like 45% ROI. I don't know. I think it's going to be hit or miss. I think with that Hard Rock, you're either going to get a piece with nothing, but what he might be doing is, so one of the things about Dave is Dave does highly value, and any gold seller does, Mike from GNS probably does. If you get a piece of quartz with gold on it, they will value that at the full weight. Even if it's 99% quartz and there's that little bit of gold, that's a specimen to them and they love it. And if you read the description, he does say that a lot of the gold that you will see from the Hard Rock will be on quartz. So my guess is what he's going to do is he's probably putting in a 1/4 gram of gold. Then he might put in like 0.1, 0.15 piece of quartz with a little bit of gold on it, where he will count that, and he will say, hey, that equals, now you're getting 0.4 grams of gold, even though that 0.15 gram piece of quartz has no real significant amount of gold on it. Because you can see gold on it, he's going to count it as that. So I think it's going to be hit or miss on whether you get some quartz or not. But I'm going to get one just to find out. I want to get one. I'll have to dig up and find what I did with my rock crusher. But I'm interested. Dave does get some good stuff occasionally. I will say his stuff has been hit or miss when it's not been just plain Paydirt where he adds gold to it. So I think this is going to be luck of the draw. I think you might get a nice piece, a rock in it, and it's kind of going to be like Yukon Alley. When you buy her 1 gram bags, some people will get 1.1, some people will get 2.1. It's just going to be like that. But the ROI is pretty low. I don't think everyone's going to be happy with the bag. If you get a dud bag, you're going to get a 45% ROI, and that's not very good. That's why I do think he's going to add in those little bitty pieces of quartz, because then that way your ROI would end up being like 60% and people might be a little bit happier. So Neanderthal Prospector, how's it going? John Ehrman, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. And everyone who joined the show, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. PA Patron, how's it going? Yeah, and for the mods, I did pin the if anyone asks for the link or anything, it's at the very top. I just pinned it because it is a Patreon live show, so it doesn't really matter. And again, if you're just here, never been here before, if you're an old live show attendant, I did pin a comment at the very top. It says win a chance to spin the wheel. At the end of the live show or late in the live show, I will pull one name from anyone who leaves a comment on that video. Just click the win a chance part and you will get a chance to spin a wheel and win one of 50 prizes up there. There's everything on that wheel from Paydirt to custom silver rounds and silver and copper, all kinds of prizes on there, and you'll just get one shot to win it just for being here in the live show. So yeah, you can't get Yukon Alley's right now, Mark, but when you can get hers are hers are always hit. You're always going to get the guaranteed amount, and with Dave's, you're going to get that guaranteed amount. You're going to get that quarter gram. It's just going to depend on the other. Like, it depends on what rock you get in there. And one of the things that kind of makes me wary of that was, if you read the description, not only does he say the part about the quartz, which makes me think he's going to put little pieces of quartz in there that have a little piece of gold. Because Dave, if you look at his videos, like if you look at his Paydirt, he does do Paydirts where they're like quartz Paydirts, where he will put quartz in there. You're always going to get those pieces of quartz that you know have no real value because there's just not enough gold on them. But for bags like this, that's where you put those in. You save those and you say, hey, now I can take one of these pieces, drop them each bag. Technically, the ROI is higher. But also, one of the things that I'd be worried about with that is, in the description, he does state, the more you buy, the better the chance you have of getting a good one, which makes me think he's going to cherry pick these. Where if it's somebody orders one bag, he doesn't know you, you're going to just get a handful of rocks that he doesn't know about. But if it's someone that's a regular customer of his, he knows him, and the guy buys 10 bags, he might cherry pick a couple of rocks that have a lot of visible gold on them and dump them in those. So it does worry me, but you know, Dave's a good guy. I like Dave. Paydirt has been kind of going the wrong direction for the last year or so, but you know, not where it's worrisome. It's just ROIs are getting lower every year. So, you know, shipping in hand $24.95. Yeah, see, like I said, Dave, it's because Dave's not running his website anymore. He's got the guy out of Nevada running him, so you know, it does make me worry. You know, like I said, Dave has not been, you know, since Dave gave up his gold Paydirt business, he like let somebody else run it for him. It hasn't been the best. The ROIs have been lower. Customer service is lower. Shipping is a little bit slower. So this one does worry me. I am going to get one just because it is Dave's, and Dave's been in business for 20 years now. So, but I won't do a review on it. It's just going to be something for my own fun. I will shoot a video on it, but just mostly for my own fun, just to see. So, but all right, give me 5 minutes. I need to start copying some names. So, wish there was a way I could do this and see my live chat, but you know. And when I have this name, if your name is spelled wrong or something like that, you just have to ignore it. I'm trying to do this pretty quickly. Probably won't capitalize anything. You know who you are. That's all that matters. We'll do And oh, by the way, if anyone who is with Brad Buckets that won a prize, one of my prizes, those will be going out tomorrow. My Patreon members, if you're a $79 tier member, all your Paydirts are going out tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's not Australian gold or Australian dirt. That's only for the winners. So you should have guessed really good. But everyone, those will be going out later tonight. Probably tonight. They'll probably go out later tonight, but they might go out tomorrow morning, depending on how much I get done after this live show. So, but everything will be shipping at the latest tomorrow. I have everything printed upstairs already. I like my members to have really easy names. I don't have to keep looking at what their name is and how to spell it. So a lot of names might not be spelled right. But I appreciate you being a member. I don't know why every month. See, this is the second month in a row I haven't had this ready. Last time I managed to do it right before the live show. I guess I'm just not saving it. I'll have to see. So we'll go through a couple of these. I will fill out a couple of these names. Then we're going to do the, we'll start doing the gold guessing. And then we'll come back, fill out the rest of these. And then do the second chance. So for anyone who didn't win. So this is just the consolation prize pool. All right, I'm almost done with this page. Oh, maybe I'm not almost done with this page. All right, I'm going to take a break for a minute, catch up on chat, and I will do the rest of the names. So we're almost got that done. And again, I apologize. I really thought I had done that, but I'd rather do it now and make sure it's right. I've got a crushed ore from Mount Baker. Yeah, I wanted to get some of Mount Baker. I went back and forth with him. I kind of gave up on him. So with the Mount Baker, I contacted him because when he first did his video where he was showing it and telling everyone what you were getting, and he was crushing some up and then running it through his, very expensive hand-built sluice machine that he had built, and then he was showing what he was getting out of them, I asked him if I could buy the tailings. I asked him if I could buy his tailings. I would pay any price that he wanted for his tailings because I just wanted to see how good his machine was, to see how good it was at capturing gold and whatnot. And he wouldn't do it. He kept going back and forth telling me, oh, it'd be too expensive for you to buy my tailings. And I said, well, how is it more expensive than me buying the rock before you crush it up? If you're selling a rock for $100 a pound, sell me your tailings for $100 a pound. And he kept going back and forth, and finally he started ignoring my emails and wouldn't get back to me. So I was just like, well, I'm not going to buy anything from you now. And Donna, thank you very much. Hopefully you're doing really well. I hope things have been good for you. No. Was that with Reg? Yeah, that's the way it always hits. This is like for me, this again, this has just been a bad year for me, like physically, mentally it's been a really good year. I've had a good year, new girlfriend Liz is just awesome. So like that part is really great. I love that part, but health wise, it's just like paying a toll on me, and money wise, it's paying a toll on me. So love you some hot sauce. There you go. No. No. So, but okay, let me finish the list. I'm almost done with the list. I think I'm almost done with the list. That's what I'm saying, but I have no clue because I can't really see. But all right, let's get the list. Brad Thompson. There we go. We got him on the list. Knights 880 on the list. Randy Klatt. I was going to write Neanderthal Prospector, but that would take me too long. I'd mess it up. So I just need to get this one page done, and then we will start showing the guesses, start going through everything. Wesley Hatfull, not here. All right. this not it? Ah, this list is so long. I got so many wonderful Patreon members. Thank you all very much. So yeah, so this year I still have 2 months. I still have this month and next month for this year to pump out a whole bunch more videos. And I've already started planning out all of next year's videos, and I have some really cool ones planned for then. I might start doing full lineup videos where if I find a seller, I will go through their entire lineups just so you will know all their ROIs. You know, like when a seller comes out and they have a 1/4 gram, 1/2 gram, and 1 gram, usually I only review the 1 gram. But in the future, next year, I'm going to start planning on doing where I just do their full lineup. I will get multiple secret shoppers to buy 1 bag from each of them, maybe different times, you know, in the week or the month, and just start reviewing their entire lineups at once. So you will know, you know, because a lot of times if I'm doing a 1 gram and you can't afford the 1 gram, is the 1/4 gram a good bag? You know, you won't know really. So I'm going to start doing that just to start seeing, you know, full lineups of sellers. Now, sometimes it might be a little hard with somebody like Gold Nugget Sales who has a massive lineup of Paydirts, you know, but some of the smaller new sellers, or, you know, you never know, might do an entire one. Clinton Cole, and oh, P.A. Patriot, you can't miss him on the list. Clarence Bierman, who is in chat on the list. Brian Carson, wonderful dude. Who else we got? Jacob, great dude. All my Patreon members are awesome. Eric H., who I always think of Eric Hoffman, who's just trying to find out some more info. So his next TV project, Rocky Mountain. All right, almost done. And then Vendetta Prospecting. I think that's it. I think that is the whole list. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't pay attention and you don't do your stuff when you're supposed to. But I want to make sure everyone is on here. Thomas Leha. William Pulley. Donna. Gotta add her to the list. Casey Sering. Gotta make sure all the people here are on the list, that's for sure. They'll be the first ones complaining. Justin Preet, great dude. Doesn't get in chat as much as he used to or around in the community, but absolutely wonderful dude. Good dad, too. Reg Lab, you're on the list now. Package total. All right, is that it? Okay, a couple more names. Then we'll catch up on chat. Stephen LeBlanc, Weezen Geezer. All right, I'm at the end of the list. Rebel Dog, HD Shovelhead, Josh Ortiz, hitting all my mods now. David Edgar, Holding, Jason G. All right, there we go. Let me save this. I'm going to save this to my desktop. All right. We're done with that list. All right, we can start doing stuff now. Start giving stuff away. This is what everyone's here for, and I apologize again. All right, let me catch up on chat. Let's quick. Chad McNeil, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I see somebody's been talking. Let me see. Oh, that's awesome, Repoatress. Yeah, you know me. Send it to me. I got Paydirt from Vendetta prospecting. The gold I found was 10K. Disappointed. Yeah. 10K gold would be really rare. How did you test it to be 10K? Well, for one, Vendetta doesn't use AZ gold. He's just like every other seller. He buys gold, he sells gold, and it goes in bags. I emailed them and they offered me a refund. No, Mike Vendetta is a good guy. Just because somebody offers you a refund does not mean that they're doing something negative, Just like if, I've had people before where I've sent them bags of Paydirt, they said they didn't receive it, and I've sent them new ones. That does not mean I didn't send it. It just means I'm willing to, hey, look, I can take a hit on this. I don't mind, just sending somebody else. I thought they had natural gold. I guarantee you 100%. Any gold that you get from Vendetta Prospecting is natural gold. 100%. I know who he gets his gold from, and I know it's 100% real gold. So how much of a bag of Paydirt did you get? I have questions. Carg, and I'm not saying you didn't find 10 karat gold. I'm questioning a couple things. How did you check it to be 10K? Did you use an XRF gun? Did you run it on an acid test? Because acid tests are very unreliable. Acid evaporates and becomes washed out if you don't get very fresh acid. So then if you bought a 1 gram bag of Paydirt and you got 1.2 grams from it, and then the 0.2 was 10 karat, you still got the guaranteed 1 gram? Or are you saying every piece of gold in the entire thing was 10 karat? So many questions. And again, I'm not saying you didn't find 10 karat. I just would like to know a whole bunch more information about it. So Michael Reed, how's it going? I was just writing your name down. I was like, oh no, Michael's not here. Where's he at? Yeah, I'm 100%. I know Mike. I know Vendetta. It was a 2-pound bag, quarter gram. I got 0.3. What did you? So like I said, what did you test to get 10 karat? That's not very much gold. A 0.3 gram bag of so I have some 10 karat gold. I have some 10 karat gold upstairs. I sent off a whole bunch of nuggets. I sent off a whole bunch of nuggets to one of my friends who has an XRF machine. I had them XRF them because I knew that they were not high gold. Yeah, there's just no way. The largest piece wouldn't even probably, but what was the largest piece? Like 0.05? I don't, there's just no way that it's 10 karat. If you want, I will make you a deal, Carg. You can email me, Dylan at Miller Prospecting. You can send it to me. I will pay you the price of whatever the gold is at 24 karat prices. So if it's, if you have 0.3 grams, whatever that is, times $126, what spot is, I think that's spot, times 0.3. That's like $40. I will give you the $40, whatever the gold is. If you mail me the gold, I will pay for it beforehand. I will send you the PayPal for it, and then I will test it. I will send it off to have it XRF to see what the carat is. And just out of curiosity, if you're right, then you're right, and I will post it's right. But I'm really curious to see. There's my email address, Carg. Email me. Like I said, I will send you some PayPal for the gold beforehand, just to, so you don't think I'm trying to rip you off. And then you can send me the gold. If you don't send me the gold, I will have, whatever answers I need. But if you send me the gold, I will test it myself. I will buy a brand new acid kit that day to test it. I will probably send it off to have it XRF'd. It might be too small. It's probably too small to have it tested that way. But, I'd be really curious to see, And again, not doubting you, I just would be really curious. And it does happen. Like I said, I know Mike. I know Mike from Gold Nugget Sales. I know Mike from Vendetta. I know most of the big sellers and where they get their gold from. And in a lot of cases, they buy bulk gold. Same as Mike if you watch the gold vlog, you will see Mike come in with big old Ziploc bags full of gold. There might be one 10-carat piece of gold in there. You just never know. They're not going to test every single individual piece of gold. And it will happen. Like I said, I've got a couple of nuggets upstairs that I had XRF'd because I knew they were not like very high carat. I wanted to see how low carat they are. And I do have a piece of gold that is 10 carat. And I can tell you, you can tell it is 10 carat. It is 90% just rock and other things, and just natural placer gold is just not 10 carat. It doesn't even look like gold. It looks like a rock. No. But all right. All that aside, we're going to start going through the gold guessing. They do use natural gold. So if you're saying natural gold, I don't understand what you're saying, Car G. And I apologize, everyone. I'm on a tangent right now, but we're going to get to the gold guessing in a second. Natural gold is not 24 karat. If you're thinking that you're going to get a gold bar in a bag of Paydirt, that's not what happens. The average gold in this country is about 18 karat. And there is some less. You'll get some 15 karat, 14 karat gold, and you'll get some 22 karat, in New Mexico. There's a couple places in the United States that do have 22 karat gold. So you will get a range of gold, and it's all natural. Everything Vendetta. So there's no man-made. No, those were good. So I don't think you're understanding what natural gold means. Natural gold isn't a specific carat. Natural gold just means it came out of the ground. It wasn't melted down and turned into something. So I'm not, like I said, though, I'm not saying it wasn't 10 karat, because you can get 10 karat. If you take, say, a piece of quartz and you wrap it in gold and mingle it, or if you're taking ironstone, that's a big one. That's one I have upstairs that's 10 karat is mostly ironstone. It's got a lot of iron in it. It's got a lot of lead in it and other things. And then it's got some gold. And if you scratch test it, it's going to get all those things on it. And it's going to be gold. It's going to say 10 karat. It's still gold, and it's natural. And the nugget I got was not man-made. It's natural. It's just a junky little piece. And if you're buying, like I said, if you buy 10 ounces of gold, all in little bitty 0.09 pieces of gold, you're not going to test every single piece of gold. You would just never have time to sell Paydirt. So it might happen. And like I said, it was a small bag of Paydirt. So for Vendetta, it's easier for him to give you back your $47 than it is for him to, argue with you. So, but yeah, send it to me. I'd love to see it. I definitely want to test it and see and look at it underneath a scope and things like that and see why it might have tested so low. But all right, let's go through the gold guessing because we're running late. This show is running much later than I thought it would. But we're going to start doing the review sheets, going through them. Let's get rid of the nugget video. We're going to start with the $25, $79 tier members. We're going to go through everyone's guess. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Not that yet. Now let's show you the weight. So, all right, let's start going through the gold guessing numbers. We're going to go through them pretty quickly because I am just chatterbox tonight and none of the good stuff. I didn't have anyone's name up there. So here we go. Austin Albert, 2.18. Richard Davis, 1.99. Brian NeGuin, 3.89. Gregory Littleton, 2.36. Casey String, 3.37. Jacob E23, 3.23. Josh Ortiz, 2.41. Golden Dragon, James Staudy, 2.65. Keith and Wynn, 2.99. Alan Curie, 3.17. Whiskey Lover, 2.74. Chad McNeil, 4.34. Justin Curtis, 4.05. Donna 3.44, Teo 3.78, James Culver 3.22, who just was selling some body bag Paydirt. HD Chevrolet 3.19, Mark Sheldon 3.12, Cockatoo Birdman Bill 4.17, Josh Weirseman 1.75, David Stocks 3.32, Dave Those Left Behind 3.03, Scott LeMay 3.65, Dan PA Patriot, soon to be Vice President Dan PA Patriot 4.21, Scott Chavaria 4.86, and Weezen Geezer TV 3.24. So those were all the guesses for the $25 tier. Now we're going to do the $10 tier. Where are we going? There we go. So the $10 tier, we have Sean McClellan. I don't know why. The $10 tier, for whatever reason, are the ones that guess the least amount every single month. Sean McClellan, 2.87. Quentin Shaner, 2.58. Richard Dow, 3.45, who really is doubting his guess. Knights 880, 2.38. Stephen LeBlanc, 1.98. Reg Lab, 3.10. Alejandro Urias, 2.62. David Edgar, 3.01. Package total, 3.63. Robert Caldwell, 3.43. Neanderthal Prospector, 2.76. Brad Thompson, 2.83. Wesley Hatfull, 3.64. Dorothy Richardson, 2.95. And William Pulley, 2.9. And Wesley, thank you for joining the show. I saw you earlier in chat and answered you, but I didn't say hi to you, so thank you for being here. $5 tier. Let's go. Let's change this up. Then I will listen to anyone's comments or say anything who said I didn't see their guess, things like that. Let me just burn through these names really quick. Catch up on some time. Alaskan Assassin 1.09. Blake Tolson 2.27. Chris W 4.78. Daniel Lewis 5.95. David Danderan 2.8. Matt Philly 2.14. Richard Zeich 1.3. The Rain Man himself. Henry Muge 2.31. Midwest Gold Fever 2.17. Kyle Gibson 2.98. Josh Kaufman 3.22. Out of Print Games and Hobby 5.15. Charles King 3.29. Jeffrey Button 3.35. Jeff Boge 4.67. J-Dog 2.57. And Eric H at 6.01. I think that's the highest guess we got tonight. And then last one, for all my free members who get to guess and win, because you don't have to be a paid Patreon member every single month. You can be a paid Patreon member and you win much better prizes. You can even get guaranteed bags of Paydirt. But you can also win just by being a free member, because, you know, always good just to give back to the free members. I appreciate you all. Casey Slacco, 1.66. Curtis Gissinger, 1.89. Charles Mallory, 1.7. Jeff Bakey, 2.33. Shane Prothero, 1.83. Steven Stark, 1.45. Jeffrey Roper was just going low, 0.37. I think he thought it might have been whoever doesn't go over, you know, and he guessed that one. Richard Comerford, 2.14. Steve Cleary, 2.14. They were both just going for the same one. John Ehrman, 0.81. Another really low one. Zoltan at 2.22. Dave, 0.32. Robert Nelson, 0.33. I don't know what it is about the free members. These free members must not be buying any Paydirt. Dina Littlehale, thank you for being in the show tonight, 1.39. So those are all the guesses. And we will go back. We'll start showing them. We'll change the sheet to the $25 tier. There we go. And then we will do the Gold Wing in a second. Let me catch up on chat real fast. All right. There we go. Got you. I felt like this was gold grinded from jewelry. I'll be curious to see it. There has been Paydirt sales. I mean, I know Vendetta would never do that. I mean, Mike, in fact, I know somebody that Mike just bought a whole bunch of gold from because I sent them to him. So I know he's buying gold. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't have slipped in. Like I said, if you buy 2 ounces of gold, 3 ounces of gold, if there's a little piece in there, you're just going to count it. I do it all the time. Like when I do my Paydirts for my Patreon members, I was weighing up some gold the other day, and I had actually bought the gold. and there was a little piece of something in there that was not gold, but it was shiny, and it would obviously pass a quick test, but I use really thick glasses when I'm doing my gold bag. So I'm not saying something couldn't have slipped through. I would just really be curious. But there was a Paydirt seller a long time ago that was doing that. They were selling jewelry scrap, the gold, in their Paydirts. Yeah. He was doing a refining video. Yeah, I mean, because that's what I'm saying. You do get gold when you buy bulk gold, and I had it. So I had somebody I was buying. I bought, I think, like it was like 20 grams. I bought like 20 grams from somebody back in like August, and when they sent it to me, the biggest piece they had was a 1 gram nugget. And and I told them as soon as I saw the nugget, I knew the nugget was not a real man-made natural nugget. I knew it was not a natural nugget. I knew it was a man-made nugget. So I contacted him. I told him, this is not, I will send it back to you, but I'm not buying it. So I had it sent off to test, and it was actually a silver nugget that somebody had gold plated and very thickly gold plated it. So I think it was like out of the 1 gram, it was a 1 gram nugget, and like 0.8 was gold, was silver, and then 0.2. So it was a very heavily gold plated silver. So stuff like that will slip in. Like I honestly 100% know Vendetta would never sell anything that he didn't think was real gold. But I'm not saying nothing slipped through, though, so I'd be really curious to look at it, though. Oh, hopefully you get better, Albert. No worries, brother. Just when you get better, I'll still be here. You just take better, get healthy and stuff like that. Alaskan Assassin, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Yeah, Cargy. Yeah, just email me. I'll post it here again. It's Dylan at Miller Prospecting. But no, I don't post my address just because, I don't want to get doxxed and stuff like that. But it's Dylan at millerprospecting.com. My address, my email should be on my website, millerprospecting.com. But yeah, just email me. I'll send you my address and you can mail it to me. I'll pay for shipping, whatever you want, This is fun for me just to look at, It cost me a couple bucks, just to see it. All right. We've gone through everyone's guesses, and I will tell everyone, you all guessed low. You all guessed low. I mean, not everybody, but the vast majority of people guessed low this month. You did not guess very well. So let's show the gold wing, show you what it is, and we'll start going through the prizes, do everything, get out of here because my jaw's already starting to hurt from doing all this talking. Yeah, our insurance sucks at work. Deductible is like $3,500. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I've been selling off my gold collection that I've amassed over the last 3 years, and I will be out of gold by the end of this year. By the end of this year, I will be totally out of gold, and it's just doctors. My dentist right now. My dentist is pretty bad. So, all right, let's show the gold wang so everyone can see how badly they guessed, or those few people who obviously win did. Because some of these guesses were still pretty far away, but they still won because it's still the closest. So, but let's go gold wang video. Here you go. See how close your guess is. You were mostly wrong. You were mostly really wrong. Total weight for that nugget, the heart-shaped nugget, the broken heart-shaped nugget, 4.240 grams. And I think the average guess was about 3 grams. So the vast majority of people were about a gram off. But the total weight for that one, I have to write it down so I just remember, 4.24 grams. So thank you all for guessing. But unfortunately, a lot of you were wrong. So we're going to start going through the sheets, show you who won. 4.24. There's a $25.79 tier. In first place was Dan, PA Vice President Patriot. Dan won. PA Patriot, you just won 2 grams Australian Paydirt, or 2 grams Australian gold mixed in with about 10 ounces of Paydirt. So probably more than you got in your last outing. So congratulations to Dan. He came in first place at 4.21. He was really, really close. Second place, what is second place prize? Is that a half gram? No, it's a 1/4 gram. Oh, no, it's not. It's a half gram. Yeah, half gram bag goes to Cockatoo Birdman Bill. So congratulations to Cockatoo Birdman Bill. You're getting a half gram bag of Paydirt with a half gram. It's not a half gram bag of Paydirt. Half gram Paydirt, Australian Gold. And then third place is Chad McNeil, who is winning the 0.29 gram picker. You can't see it because I put it in an envelope so I wouldn't lose it because I have a bad habit of losing things. But congratulations to those three winners, especially PA. PA was probably the closest person that guessed out of every tier. So congratulations to PA. I know he's here somewhere lurking. So give him a good congratulations. And this time he's been kind of hunting another guessers and getting close to them. But this time he didn't do it and he actually won. Yeah, natural gold is vast majority is going to be 14 karat and up. But again, you have to remember, if like say you get a piece of gold that's wrapped around rock, like intertwined with rock. I mean, it's not going to just be a string around it. Think of it kind of like, like Swiss cheese. Like if you have Swiss cheese and it's gold, and then in between all those holes is ironstone. When you scratch it on a acid tester, it's going to pick up the gold. And if the gold is, say, 14 karat and then the rock is 0 karat and you scratch it, you're going to get a 9 karat test. It doesn't mean that the gold itself is lower karat. It's just the host rock around it, what it's mixed with. So it is very rare to get anything less than 14 karat, though. That's what I'm really curious to see. I got a good microscope. I want to look at it underneath it to see. Lord Shadow, how's it going? I thought it was up towards 5.8. Yeah, so, that was it. Now we're going to do the $10 gas here. Let's post them up to see who won. Now, you already know. Total weight was 4.24. $10. What do we have here? $10. First place, 1 gram bag, Australian Gold, and a bag of Miller Prospecting Australian Paydirt. First place is going to Wesley Hatfull. So congratulations, Wesley. You get a gram back. You mail me 2, you're getting 1 back. So, and in a different form. This one's in a different form, and this is Australian Gold. So Wesley wins the 1 gram bag. In second place is Package Total. So Package Total, congratulations. You're getting the 1/4 gram bag of Paydirt. Thank you very much for being a Patreon member, and thank you all for being Patreon members. For the $5 tier, we only had 1 prize. There it is. And it's a 1/2 gram bag of Paydirt. That's this one over here. I don't know why I'm picking up different bags because they all look the exact same on camera. But for the $5 tier, first place, Jeff Boge swooped in. 4.67 was his guess. So a lot of good guesses. Last place, free tier. Let's see who guessed that one right. So if you are a free tier member, you just got to guess. That's all you get. And it's getting to Jeff Bakey. So Jeff Bakey, congratulations. You will have to email me because for whatever reason, Patreon does not allow free members to message each other or put addresses in. So you'll have to email me so I can get your address from you and send this off to you. But don't run away yet. Don't run away. We still have to do the consolation wheel because we still have to give away. If you just guessed, if you're a Patreon member, you're getting a chance at this, which is Australian Picker, 0.49. You didn't have to even be in first place, second, third, or fourth, or anything. You just have to be a Patreon member. So we're going to do that next. Let me get all that ready. I can close all these out. Free up some of my CPU on my laptop. So here we go. Package Total, congratulations. See you here. You must have been lurking. Yeah, that one was a close one. That one was close. So, all right. We will. There we go. We got wheel names. Let's get the. We're going to do a wheel names. Every Patreon member. There we go. And then we're going to need another wheel name, aren't we? Because we're going to need the prizes. So let me get the prize list. Where did I hide that at? This PC, USB drive. All right, there we go. So, all right, we're going to shrink everyone's name down. All right, we're just going to shrink me down. I'm not shrinking any names. So, all right, let me catch up with chat real quick. It's up. All right, brother. I'll go check it out as soon as I'm off of here. Well, because I don't save me one just in case it announces. But let me see. I don't want you to sell out or something, you know. Let's see. All right, so there we go. Yeah, so if anyone wants to know, if one of my mods went to post it, or Brad's Bucket just put up his stocking stuffer Paydirt, $21.33. It's a Christmas bag of Paydirt, 1/8 of gram of gold added. There you go. Leave me one bag, because I want to buy one bag for the wheel in the future. But all right, let's go. Catch up on chat. Those mine. No, I did not win the big prize. That went to Whiskey Lover. Whiskey Lover won the big prize. Yeah. I did win 2 prizes. I will say, so I won a serotonin bag of Paydirt, but I already have one. So that will be going into the prize wheel as a future prize. The other 1/2 gram will be going. And the silver, I won something silver. I hadn't even seen that. So I don't know what that is. That will just be going on the shelf behind me. Or if it's not big enough to see on there, then it will be going into the prize pool as well. So that's the only good thing is now that I am doing the prize pool, I can start winning prizes from places. So I can start putting those things in there. But those prizes will be given away eventually to somebody else. They will be moving on to somebody else. Because I did donate 2 prizes that were in my future wheel prizes. So I gave away 2 prizes and I won 2 prizes. So not too bad. No, because I donated a bag of bear prospecting Paydirt. Actually, I gave away 3 prizes. So I gave away bear prospecting Paydirt, I gave away a bag of my Paydirt, and I gave away a custom Cajun bullion round that I'd bought, all for the wheel prizes. So I gave away 3 prizes and I got 2 prizes, but I donated a whole bunch and fed a whole bunch of families for Brad's local food pantry. So I'm very happy with the results, you know. So, all right, let's shrink down. Let me make sure. Yep, the capture is working. But okay, so now we're going to pull one name. We're going to pull one name, and you're going to win the 0.49 gram picker, Australian picker. This is for every single member who is a Patreon member in the month of September. So, or was it October? So, month of October. So, for the month of October, if you guessed, if you thought of a guess, if you just wanted to guess but didn't guess, your name is on that list. So, every one of my Patreon members is on this list. You're going to get a chance. One poll, one name, you're getting the 0.49. Then after that, we're going to pull another name, and that person's going to get a prize on the wheel. So, decided to do 2 extra prizes this month. Had some extra gold this month, so might as well give it away, get rid of it. You know, I need my good karma. Make my dentist be nicer and kinder to me, you know. So, but all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug. No, that's not the ugly mug. That is something else. So there we go. Shrink down the ugly mug. Best website on the interweb, millerprospecting.com, with my top 10 recommended sellers, which unfortunately, most of them are out of gold. Gold Nugget Sales still in stock. Vendetta Prospecting still in stock. I think currently Gold Nugget Man is out of stock. Bear Prospecting is out of stock. Gold Baron Paydirt is in stock. Brian Thomas just released. He's been out of stock for 2 weeks. He just put in stock. I mean, I know he was having some family issues. Gold Bay is in stock. Carolina totally out of stock. Flash in the Pan is out of stock. Brad's just restocked. Yukon Alley is out of stock. Culver out of stock. So about half of these are out of stock. So it should really be a top 5 right now, but I'm hoping a lot of these sellers start finding sources to get some Paydirt. So, but all right, let's do the wheel of names. This is everyone's name on here. And I'm even going to leave your name. So if you win this 0.49 gram picker, you can win again and win a spin on the wheel. So this is everyone's name that is a Patreon member, a current Patreon member in the month of October. If you just joined in November or you weren't a Patreon member in November, in October, your name is not on this list. But if you were an active Patreon member in October, your name is on this list. I really appreciate you being a Patreon member. And if you're not a Patreon member, go check me out, patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. We do giveaways every single month. You can be a $79 tier member and get a guaranteed bag of Paydirt and win a whole bunch of prizes. PA Patriot, he's a $79 tier member. He gets a guaranteed bag of Paydirt this month, and he just won a 2 gram bag of Paydirt. 2 gram bag of Paydirt, $79. You can't beat that. So then plus the bag he's guaranteed. And that one I think has about a half a gram in it. So $79. He just got 2.5 grams of Paydirt. I'm on the wrong end of this. But all right, let's pull the name. We're going to shuffle them up. Here we go. This is the winner just for thinking about guessing, maybe guessing, being horrible at guessing. Maybe you're even a great guesser and you already won. Who is it? Jacob E23. There you go. Congratulations to Jacob. He did not guess good. He did not win a prize, but Jacob is winning this one. Jacob E23, I'll be sending you off 0.49 gram Australian picker to add to your collection. We're going to leave your name on there. I'm going to shuffle this up. And then we're going to pick whoever wins this one is going to get a wheel, get a spin on the wheel. And again, if you're in live chat, pinned comment above, go there, leave a comment on that video, and you'll get a chance on a wheel as well. Won't be this exact wheel, but a prizes. Here we go. Here we go. Who's getting a spin on the wheel for a random prize? And we'll go through the prizes in a second. Is it Randy? Randy Klatt. Is that yeah, it is. Neanderthal Prospector. Congratulations. Now here is the wheel of prizes. I've changed a couple of prizes around. I put a bigger bag of Miller Prospecting Paydirt up there. So now you can get a half-gram bag of Miller Prospecting Paydirt, some Flower Gold Wizards Paydirt, Brad's Bucket, Bear Prospecting, Anderson Coin Paydirt. I have some Cajun Bullion Custom Silver, Silver Round, 5-gram Dinosaur Silver, some random silver coins from silver quarters to dimes, some Mexican pesos, some weird copper thing. I don't know. I got suckered into buying on Whatnot from Mike at Gold Nugget Sales. A copper nugget, gold back, some French NGC coins, Miller Prospecting signed gold pan, keychains, sticker packs, and rent condoms. So this is just what you're going to win. Randy Klatt, good luck. Thank you for being a Patreon member. And let's see what you win. So good luck. Winning a Mexican. So you're winning one of the Mexican pesos. These are 1958 to, what is that, to 1963. I don't know why I got the 9, but yeah, so an old Mexican peso to Randy Klatt. Hope you collect coins. And it's good to see someone win something that's not a copper round. Those have been luckily the prizes. So there we go. So, all right, we're going to ugly mug time again while I reset up everything for the live show winner. So if you're still here, if you're in the live show, don't worry. You can still win something just by being here. So if you're a Patreon member, you still have one more chance. So, but all right, let me catch up on chat really quick. Yeah, congrats to all the winners. Again, thank you to all my Patreon members. I really do appreciate y'all so much. I have a lot of stuff still planned. December is going to be filled. I have 3 videos coming out in December. I have like 5 or 6 videos coming out this month. I have a whole couple that were supposed to be shot already that I'm working on. Like I said, I have a video coming out Friday. I have a video coming out Saturday. I have a video coming out Sunday. And then next weekend, I have 2 videos coming out. I have the gold guessing contest coming out this Saturday. I have a Sunday, I think it will be. I will have a new Paydirt review. I have a mail call on Friday, Australian mail call. That was really late. So we have a whole bunch of stuff. Chasing Cheddar, congratulations. I'm glad you got it. So, well, PA didn't even know. PA didn't win nothing. PA, what are y'all talking about? PA 2 grams? I don't know what y'all talking about. PA ain't win nothing. If you ain't here, you don't win. Yeah, that's awesome. So congratulations. I'll send that to you. So yeah, if you're a Patreon member, if you win one of the prizes tonight, all prizes will be going out tonight or tomorrow. If you're a $79 tier member like PA Paydirt, who's very smart and wise and will someday be a vice president, $79 tier member, he got a free bag of Paydirt for being a $79 tier member, and he just won a 2 grams. See how smart PA is. He knows where it's all at. So yeah, go to the comment, win a chance to spin the wheel, click that little link, leave a comment. You've got about 2 or 3 minutes, and we're going to go pull a name from there, and then they will get a spin on the wheel. But the prizes are a little bit different for the free show. There's not as much Paydirt because I can't afford giving away too much Paydirt. But yeah, so let me get the prize wheel all set up again. We don't need that. Where's the prizes? Here we go. All right. So there we go. We got all the prizes set up. And then we just have to let me get the link. There we go. So there we go. We're all set up. All right. So now we just need to make sure everyone goes through. Let me make sure all the comments are going through because that sometimes doesn't happen. Sort by, published. Hell. Nope, all the comments are going through. There we go. Cantrip, thank you for leaving the comment. Thank you very much, Mark Lee. Looking at some of the comments. Steven Stark, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. PA is also so handsome. So, all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug again. We're going to shrink down the ugly mug one last time. And do this giveaway. Now, as always, this giveaway is solely sponsored by me. Patreon, its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. This is just for me to give back to not only my Patreon members, but people who join these live shows, who are mostly my Patreon members, but join these live shows, put up with my ugly mug. I want y'all to win something just for doing that. Usually we do some panning as well, but tonight is just a giveaway, but I still think, if you join my live shows, you should win something. So let's do that. Let's do the random comment picker. So now, again, if I pull your name, you must post something in the live chat before the end of the show so I can spin your name on the wheel, but I just want to make sure you're here. So make sure if I pull your name, you post something in the live chat so then we can see what prize you win. No replies. Continue. Good luck to everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me on the live show. Thank you to all my Patreon members who support this channel, allow me to do live shows. But there you go. 54 comments. Chad McNeil. So Chad McNeil, there you go. Congratulations, Chad. Now you just have to post something in the live show. And then we'll do the wheel of names. And here's all the prizes. The prizes are the exact same. I just took out the half-gram bag of Miller Prospecting Paydirt because I don't want to make any more of my Paydirt. So I want that to go to a Patreon member on their wheel. But all the prizes are the exact same. So there's really only 49 prizes. I could throw in an extra copper round, but we'll just kill out 49 so you have a better chance of winning something, including a bag of Paydirt. So those are 49 prizes. We just need to wait for Chad. Chad McNeil, there he is. Thank you very much. Thank you, HD. So there we go. Let's pull up the prize. Let's spin the wheel. We're going to shuffle up all the prizes. So Chad McNeil, you will have to There we go. Let's see what you win. Congratulations and thank you very much for being here tonight. Is it the Kazakhstan or is it the 1 ounce copper? It's the 1 ounce copper round. So Chad McNeil, 1 ounce copper round. You know, eventually I will run out of copper rounds. Actually, I probably won't because I have a giant stack of them. So congratulations and thank you very much, Chad, for being here during the live show. I will send that out tomorrow as well. No, but because I've given away all my prizes and I have no more stuff to give away, you must all look at my ugly mug before we leave. But thank you all again very much for being here. Thank you for being Patreon members. Now again, Friday, I will have a mail call coming out. Saturday, I will have the brand new gold guessing contest. Now, this one will be very important. I will be showing 2 pieces of gold quartz that I will be weighing up, showing you the results for them, and then you will be guessing on the bigger piece. So you will have a much better chance. The 2 smaller ones will be prizes, just like today. There will just be a wheel, and you will have a chance to win them. There will be bags of Paydirt as well to win. So lots of prizes again, but this one's just going to have 2 little pieces of gold to give you a hint of what this one is. So maybe the guessing will be a little bit better for next month, or it could just be random and you just get lucky and you win. Because as always, there will be a wheel at the end, so you always will have a chance to win something. And the half-gram bag of Miller Prospecting Paydirt is still up there, so you can win that next time. But yeah, so Friday, mail call. Saturday, new gold guessing contest. Sunday, I have a Paydirt review for a bag of Paydirt from a very big seller, one of the new big sellers that I think everyone should watch. It's a good video, good bag of Paydirt from a great seller. I think this is one of the newest, better sellers. He's a really good seller, really good guy. And this is a bag of Paydirt that probably everyone has looked at, but no one has really been buying. So we're going to be doing a review on that Sunday. And then the following week, we'll have 2 videos as well, because I got some videos to catch up this month. Next Tuesday, we're going to be panning out, I think we're going to be panning out some RJ's Paydirt. So I have it right here. I think that's why I put it out. I think we're going to be doing some RJ's Paydirt next week, next Tuesday. So it should be fun. There should be some rocks in here. I think this was a bonus one because it says 109 of 125. I don't think I won the bonus because I think I already saw who won the bonus in that one. But I think I had, yeah, this must have been through a secret shopper because my name's not on the front of it. But yeah, so we got some videos coming out next Tuesday. I will be panning again, so hopefully you will come back and hang out next Tuesday. There'll be some more stuff you can win just for hanging out. But I really do appreciate everyone who's a Patreon member. I can't thank you all enough for supporting this channel so I can do reviews and keep doing stuff. And then maybe also later in this month, I might cobble together a $50,000 bucket video just to aggravate some people. Who knows? So, but thank you all very much for joining this show. I hope everyone has an absolutely great week. Remember, anybody, if you've got some spare time, call my dentist. Tell me he doesn't need a brand new car. He can, just fix my issues now and doesn't need to keep making me spend more money. And lastly, Patreon members, I will be posting later this week some of the last of my nuggets up for sale. Some very nice specimen nuggets. These are all specimen gold, Harvard mine, Ruby, Alaska, Brazil, Papua New Guinea. Really good, nice pieces of gold that we'll be putting up for sale to pay my dentist in his brand new car. So look forward to that. Make it 100,000. I have to say, that was one of the funniest parts of that video. Is he starts out saying that nobody's ever sold a more expensive bucket than 50 grand. And the week before, like 2 weeks before his video comes out, Pioneer Pauly did one for 100 grand. It's like, you can tell he doesn't even watch anybody else's videos. No. Like if he just, I mean, you would think he would at least watch Pioneer Pauly. I know he's not going to watch my channel or any of the smaller channels, but why didn't he see Pioneer Pauly did a $100,000 bucket of Paydirt, so. But all right, everybody, I'm out of here. Thanks. I got to go put some ice on my face before it swells up. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being Patreon members. If you're not a Patreon member, go check it out. Patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. But I'm out of here. Thank you very much, Justin, for stopping in. Glad to see you here. Time to go, Stu. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. All right, everyone. I'm